Honorable ministers, distinguished guests, friends, thank you so much for joining us here today. As Martin was just saying, across the world, citizens are losing their trust in governments. A confluence of crises, old and new, is driving distrust. Polarization, disinformation, corruption, inflation, rising inequality, climate change. Populist leaders have stoked this distrust to get elected and then attack democratic institutions. We have witnessed a rise of authoritarian leaders undermining democracy inside and outside their borders. At yesterday's Defend Democracy event, organized by Brazil and Spain, heads of states urged coordinated action against the forces menacing our democracies. This confluence of crises appears to have become our new normal. But as Tom Carruthers has noted, the fundamental health of a democracy is determined not by the absence of crises, but how it responds to them. So today, rather than focusing on the well-known crises, let me share how our partnership can respond to these crises, leveraging its three key strengths. First strength, since it was founded right here at UNGA 13 years ago, OGP has grown into a major global platform, and it continues to grow. With 2 countries announcing recently joining, and with the continued expansion of our exciting local program, OGP today proudly encompasses 77 countries, 150 local governments, and thousands of civil society organizations. Second strength, this global platform delivers. Government and civil society have co-created over 5,500 reforms using the OGP platform. Independent evaluation has credibly shown that the OGP model works. When governments co-create actions with civil society, the reforms are more ambitious and the results stronger. You know, over 500 OGP reforms have been independently assessed to have significantly opened government to citizens. Third strength, these reforms are helping tackle societal challenges. For instance, to combat corruption, 70 OGP governments are openly disclosing previously opaque procurement contracts. A recent BBC article cited that in Ukraine, this saved $6 billion in 4 years. 40 OGP countries, from the UK to Nigeria, are advancing beneficial ownership transparency to end anonymous companies where corrupt and illicit funds are stashed. 20 OGP members, like Ireland and Madrid, are advancing lobbying transparency to tackle political corruption. A recent book, The Power of Partnerships, published by independent evaluators, concluded that OGP has helped shape such norms that have advanced the field of open government globally. But you know, these accomplishments and these reforms are too few and far between to tackle the scale of the societal challenges before us. So to this end, let me share with you, as leaders and custodians of our partnership, 3 priorities for our collective action. Our first priority must be to scale up these ambitious reforms, open government reforms, that tackle pressing challenges. At last year's Global Summit, we launched the Open Gov Challenge, calling on all members to advance ambitious actions in 10 areas. Already, 32 OGP members have submitted their commitments. So let me share with you some notable examples while also highlighting where we need other countries to join in. So, for example, at a time, as Martin also said, when citizens are losing trust in their government, Brazil's challenge commitment seeks to build citizen trust by involving the public at every stage of decision-making in federal infrastructure projects. The US is creating a new framework to strengthen public participation. Through OGP Local, there are tremendous opportunities and reforms we are seeing which scale up citizen participation in shaping policies that impact people's lives locally. At a time when civil liberties are under attack globally, the Dominican Republic's challenge commitment stands out by instead launching an ambitious national strategy with civil society to protect civic space. We need more OGP governments to follow suit. At a time of rising inequality, we need more OGP members to empower those who are historically excluded, joining Guatemala's challenge commitment to tackle violence against women, or North Calamander, Colombia's commitment in empowering youth. At a time of growing digital threats, we need more OGP members to join Ghana's commitment in combating disinformation. And at a time when people's lives are being ravaged by climate change, as we see just today with the hurricane, we need more OGP members to involve the public in shaping ambitious climate actions, such as Chile in implementing the Escazú Agreement, or Quintana Roo in co-creating its environmental policy. So that was our first collective priority. Our second collective priority must be to galvanize political leadership to advance this ambitious agenda. You know, in my view, the single biggest risk to our partnership is dwindling political leadership from national governments in recent years, in sharp contrast to engaged OGP heads of states and ministers when OGP was founded. We must marshal our collective efforts to engage and mobilize OGP heads of states and ministers in championing open government globally and nationally. Our third collective priority must be to broaden our coalitions, breaking out of our bubble. We must mobilize ministries across the whole of government beyond the OGP ministerial point of contact, such as the Philippines mainstreaming open government across its national development plan. We need to engage parliaments and judiciaries to advance open state, such as Kenya and Spain. And we need to strengthen cooperation with bilateral and multilateral agencies. And to this end, I'm delighted to have here in this room our key strategic partners like the European Commission, the World Bank, UNDP, and International IDEA. As many of you know, my journey as CEO of OGP is nearing its end. Leading this absolutely amazing partnership for nearly 9 years by the time I would exit has truly been one of the greatest honors of my life. I'm immeasurably inspired by the courage and commitment of government reformers, civil society reformers, advocates, by all of you who are working tirelessly to advance open government. I felt the time was right to pass the baton because OGP has grown into a global platform with a well-functioning mechanism operating at scale, with a portfolio of proven results, with a clear strategy under implementation, and with a strong financial footing. So I look forward to passing the torch to a new CEO who can utilize a solid runway to lift our partnership to the next level. I'm filled with optimism and hope for the future. But there is a huge amount left to do because OGP is but a shadow of its promise and potential. For this, the leadership from OGP's steering committee and from current and future co-chairs will be vital. In this respect, I would like to sincerely thank the Government of Kenya and Blair Glencorse for serving as our co-chairs this year. And I would like to most warmly welcome the government of our new incoming co-chairs, the government of Spain and Cielo Magno, Batay Kita, Publish What You Say, Philippines, who will be leading the partnership next year. And I'm absolutely delighted to also announce that the government of Brazil and Steph Muchai from International Lawyers Project will be our subsequent co-chairs. Huge congratulations to all. But beyond the steering committee and the CEO, each one of us has the power and responsibility to advance open government. I will continue my advocacy for our precious cause as OGP Global Ambassador joining Helen. If we all join forces, if we can truly scale up these ambitious open government reforms, we can indeed together tackle the seemingly insurmountable confluence of crises we confront today. Thank you for the incredible honor and privilege for serving you and the partnership for all these years. Thank you very much. Over to you, Helen.